Hello, so a bit of an impromptu devlog. I've just been working on this menu system and I'm really happy with it. It's not fully done, but I'm just going to briefly talk through it. This is pretty much what I've been doing recently. So we have our intro as usual. We can just skip that. And here we have popping up, going through the world. It's pretty cool. And then things change, get sinister. Let's bring the volume down a little bit. So here we have it. Now, there are a few features going on. For one thing, if we bring it over, we can see that this text is defined in world space, and so are the mouse events, which is pretty cool. And also we can click, and hey, isn't that cool? Now, I haven't filled these menus out yet, but can do that. And there's a few other things. So obviously when I'm out here at this stage, this button is within my reach, but these other buttons, even though I can click them, they're not in my range of influence. Also, the time to get to a given menu is conserved. So if I go to a further menu, I just travel faster. And I can try various trick shots, like click on this menu, and then as it cycles through, hit the back option here, which that works. And I've done the work to make sure that it doesn't mess with the camera too much. In addition to that, if we get in here and we've played the game a bunch of times, we're getting annoyed, right? As happens, we just want to skip through, just hit any key and it will sort of skip through just like that. Now, I'm not sure how visible this is, but I've also added a sort of radial blur. So if we look at the knack character on the edge here, sort of, there's not that much, there's less blur towards the center. And then as we come back towards the edge, we'll see that blur come back in. Let's give it a second, yeah, and we can really see that blur happening here. We can also, if we go to the menu, because this menu is coming right up the top, we can actually, that looks pretty nice to me. It looks very cinematic, and I'm going to go with it anyway because it did a number on me trying to implement this. But basically what we do, if I close this, I'll talk about this because I did implement it recently. So this alpha component is just a parameter, right? It's not actual alpha, but this is just indicating how much blur to apply. What we do is we take the distance to the center of the screen, we square it just to stretch it out a little bit, and we can see this is basically the blur coefficient. Now what we're doing in addition to that is we're applying this blur function, which basically does it's a kernel blur. It's just averaging everything out in the neighborhood around the pixel. We take a linear interpolation between the blurred image and the regular image, and this is a pretty good approximation of depth-based blur. So I'm pretty happy with that. There are a few things I need to change. Specifically, if we look in at the start, we have some very sort of terrestrial objects, but then the atmosphere changes to a more ethereal one. And when that happens, what I want to do is replace these like trees and hills First up, these trees and hills are just placeholders. I just went on Google image search in order to have something to get over my perfectionism and just make something. But I want to replace these with more sort of ghostly objects. And I actually want to have just center here instead of this burnt house. I want to have like Nuck's face or something, get really psychological. And that brings me, by the way, I could do this all day. I love this. I'm having a good time. But not to get too Jonathan Blow at the moment, but I did sort of recently come up with the central theme of the game, which, should I talk about it? I'll keep that a secret. There's got to be something special. But I recently went to the Maynark Shrine again, and I made merit, and like magic, it came to me when I was there. So now I've sort of got the philosophical idea which underpins the whole game, and this will make it easier, I think, going forwards to make a lot of design decisions, because it's good to have a unified wellspring to draw from. I think that's it for now. I'll do a full update later. I was actually going to hold off on doing this, but I felt inspired, so I did it. Hope you enjoyed how it's looking so far, and I will see you again soon. All right, bye.